another Two Drunk Flings review this time. If you saw last week, I'll pop it up in the corner. We did the unboxing of the Champions of Death, and this week we're looking at Spike 4. So this is the Spike journal for the Champions of Death. Comes with all the rules inside it, and we'll take a good look. So we'll start from the beginning. You get images of all the models from the set, and also your guest editor for this edition is Rotting Johnny, which is really cool. And all the way through it talks about Shambling Undead, who they are, the different positions to begin with. And then you look at famous undead teams, including the Acid Bay Shades, the Hellfen Hellions, the Forlorn Phantoms and the Tombstone Terrors. Then gets the most important bit, all the rules. So this includes all 10 of the star players available for the undead team, as well as the standard team roster. I don't know if we'll get models for all of them. I reckon we'll get one for the cover star, which is Graal Bloodschucker, who's probably German. They vary in GP as normal, as in cost, but you've got everything from mummies right the way through to whites. The full rules and their background is also in this book, and then of course you've got Chat with the Rat, which is in most issues of Spike. And then it gets into the actual team, the Champions of Death. So in this section it talks about their history, when they were formed, who their necromancer is, Tomolandri, I believe is the way it might be said. And then it gives you some career highlights as well. But if we get on to the star players, it gives you a kind of background to who they are, their player card, which you'll probably get in the card sets, and an image for them. Like I said, don't know which ones we'll actually get models for, but it'll be interesting to see in the long run. Gretchen Watcher, it's another one which you get a card for. And then there's also a lot of background on, you know, zombies, mummies, ghouls, what to do with them, starting out in a league with an undead team, tournament and exhibition play rosters, just ideas for that. And of course the bit I really like in these magazines, which is the setup ideas. So, and what I really like as well is they've done all the different key people in different coloured circles, so you know where to put your mummies, your ghouls, your skeletons, your whites and your zombies on the pitch, and gives you a defensive setup and an offensive setup. So we carry on through, more star player stuff. The artwork's great again, as it is in all of these. There's another one, another star player who's a white called Ivan the Animal Death Shroud. So it gives you a chance to do some conversion work if you're into conversions. Like I say, I don't know how many of these will actually get as actual models. Obviously we had 2 new human players come out at the weekend, with it being the open day, and also we had the Nurgle Beast finally revealed. Of course, rising stars, lesser known undead star players, and there's one which is Bryce the Slice Campbell, which is a chainsword wielding skeleton. So that gives a real opportunity for those of you who love to do conversions to make one of those up. And also a skeletal dwarf, which I think is really quite cool. And there's of course a zombie goblin pogo, which you can also have. So that's kind of like all the star players you can have. And again, there's more information on rules and inducements, team special rules as well that you can use. Obviously you'd have to agree that if you were playing in a league or an exhibition match. And new inducements for the teams, including both for Shambling Undead obviously, Igor Mortuary Assistant and Sports Necro Thurge. I haven't read either of those, but you know, they're inducements you can have. They're quite expensive. Igor is 100,000, which is of course double an apothecary, and your Sports Necro Thurge is 150. And then of course you get onto the comic done by friend of the podcasting channel, Pete Nifton. This time you've got Bob Bifford with a mohawk in this issue, and he talks about playing against a necromantic team and how the necromancer keeps bringing people he's already killed back to life. And the match gets abandoned in this episode. But yeah, Bob's got a mohawk in this one, so I'll be interested to see what hairstyle he will sport in the next one. And that is Spike issue 4, every single page. It's in orange and black, which I believe is a kind of colour scheme that they've done. I mean, most of the Champions of Death are in a black and a red, and then some fire stuff in there, which looks really cool. And like I say, it gives you ideas of how to paint them up the front there. But that's Spike Magazine issue 4. Pop back soon when we'll be doing the Doom Lords unboxing, and I'll see you soon.